Then you have my favorite. You have my favorite. You have undiscovered, undiagnosed mental illness. Meaning a mental illness that is so baffling, that is so cunning, that is so insidious, that it goes about on the surface around people that they have no recognition of it existing, nor the people that surround them. It's like a virus. It's like this COVID virus. Speaking of that, make sure you do safety first. I'm in a beautiful forest where God created the breath and the air and no one's around. So I don't want no one to think that you shouldn't wear a mask, or I don't. I do. I have to allow you to get to see parents blame themselves, and that's the next part of it. Teens blame themselves, adults blame themselves for not seeing a mental illness in someone that goes under the surface and only manifests itself at times of convenience. These mental illnesses pop up in a person's life, and to everyone else, things happen, and people say, I never seen that coming. I never seen that happening. I never imagined that would happen, not knowing that the underlying condition was not diagnosed, nor was it taken care of properly. Therefore, when anything, and mental illness is a gun, your symptoms are the bullets. Triggers are the things that pull your symptoms to cock into your mental illness to discharge a reaction. Hopefully y'all can rewind that and get how deep that was. Your symptoms are the bullets that go into the gun. Triggers are what pulls the gun to cock back and put a cartridge of symptoms into a gun and shoots and fires at whatever its surrounding or circumstance might be, which causes people who sometimes are in the blame, sometimes are not in the blame, to not understand why someone reacts the way they do. And the reason why this favorite mental illness of mine doesn't manifest itself because it cannot work without triggers. If you remove a trigger from a gun, I don't care what kind of bullets you have. I don't care if it's a 50 caliber sniper's rifle. If it does not have a trigger mechanism, it does not work. So the symptoms inside the bullets and a gun itself will never manifest itself in damage or firing if that weapon is perceived to be triggerless. So a lot of times these teens, these adults, these people get put in crazy categories when in reality they're just reacting to the systematic problem that exists without the proper treatment, because it doesn't exist until it exists, and once it exists, it takes on a form that isn't identifiable by the person that it exists in. You sort of could, you sort of, kind of, I wouldn't, because I believe that you speak of things that are as though they were. I wouldn't necessarily associate it with spirituality or demons or something, because that's putting it in a category where people use that you are possessed by the devil or you have a demon in you, when in reality you never sat down and talked to a psychologist about stuff that keeps continuously piling on and piling on and piling on and piling on. I had a pet one time. The first pet I ever had. My mom, Sharon McCurdy, my sister Shanice, my sister Shauna, my brother Andre, My sister Khadija, I don't think Knox came down, and I think he was singing or something. And we used to have this dog, and the dog name was Angel. And the reason that we called it Angel, because the dog was pure white. I'm talking about absolutely white. You know how dogs have certain things, and it's like certain things on the animal, it like resembles another color, and it's like, no, this dog was pure white, and it called it Angel. We called it Angel. And Angel was a canine breed. Because of the size, it probably was mixed with something, because it was way larger than a normal canine. Meaning girth purposes, way larger. An Angel used to sit around the house like a person. Like you couldn't even go down the steps unless my mom and dad was around. Angel wouldn't let you go. And I used to be a little kid and I used to be mad, so I used to poke Angel with a stick. I used to poke him. He wouldn't do nothing. And this process went on over and over and over and over and over again. Till one day I went to grab a stick to poke Angel, and I didn't even recognize my dog who slept in the bed with me, because it reared up in an attack position which resembled someone trying to attack me, and I ran. And when I ran, the first thing my mom and them said was, Angel wouldn't attack you. He wouldn't have. You did something to Angel. And then it hit me. It wasn't me poking Angel. It was the continuation of me poking Angel to a build up to a place where he decided, I just can't get poked anymore. And instead of him being the same dog that laid in the bed with me, he decided that if I loved him as much as I said, I wouldn't continue to poke him, because he's trying to protect me. But if any of my parents were ill-advised, or if any of my brothers and sisters was ill-advised, they would have killed Angel for something that I antagonated to happen. The reality of triggers.